Hey guys, all right, so this is going to be your first writing lesson. And if we were at school, we'd be starting a new unit. So that's what we're going to do today. We are starting memoirs. And memoirs is just a type of writing where you can really put your stamp on the world. You kind of let the world know who you are and through your writing. So you leave a theme with them. It's almost like a personal narrative, but this is true. Okay. So today I'm going to teach you that when you start a big writing project, it helps to take time to read over work that is the sort of thing you plan to make. It's a bit like looking at the picture on the cover of a jigsaw puzzle before setting to work making that puzzle. It helps to think especially about how all the parts fit together into the whole. So really what we're going to do today is, because I know memoir writing is new, and I want us to look at different memoirs to see what really makes up a memoir and how does a memoir tend to go. So, do you guys remember the story 11? Yeah, so I'm going to read some of that today, and that is actually a memoir. And as I read it, what I want you to be thinking about is what makes this a memoir, okay? So, here we go. What they don't understand about birthdays and what they never tell you is that when you're 11, you're also 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And when you wake up on your 11th birthday, you expect to feel 11, but you don't. You open your eyes and everything's just like yesterday, only it's today. And you don't feel 11 at all. You feel like you're still 10. And you are underneath the year that makes you 11. Like some days you might say something stupid, and that's the part of you that's still 10. Or maybe some days you might need to sit on your mama's lap because you're scared, and that's the part of you that's 5. And maybe one day when you're all grown up, maybe you will need to cry like if you're 3, and that's okay. That's what I tell mama when she's sad and needs to cry. Maybe she's feeling 3. Because the way you grow old is kind of like an onion, or like the rings inside a tree trunk, or like my little wooden dolls that fit one inside the other, each year inside the next one. That's how being 11 years old is. You don't feel 11, not right away. It takes a few days, weeks even, sometimes even months before you say 11 when they ask you. And you don't feel smart 11, not until you're almost 12. That's the way it is. Only today I wish I didn't have only 11 years rattling inside me like pennies in a tin Band-Aid box. Today I wish I was 102 instead of 11, because if I was 102, I'd have known what to say when Mrs. Price put that red sweater on my desk. I wouldn't know how to tell her it wasn't mine instead of just sitting there with that look on my face and nothing coming out of my mouth. "Whose is this?" Mrs. Price says. So you could probably sense that there's different kinds of writing within this story. If you think about it, it's almost like a tiny essay explaining how to be 11 years old. But then also it's kind of a long personal narrative as well. So they're kind of combined, and we call that a hybrid, it's a more than one type of style of writing. So what I want you guys to do today for writing is head to my website, and I'm actually going to share my screen with you again. And remember, you have to log in. And click on writing. And then right here, you're going to see memoir. So click on memoir and click on session 1. What I want you to do is just read the different memoirs so you can kind of get a feel of what a memoir actually is. Okay, so like I have quite a few up here. So here's Henry's final draft of a memoir. And I have Adam's and Emily's, and Quietly Struggling is also a very popular memoir to read. And kind of think to yourself, what makes a memoir? Okay, so when it's time for you to write your own memoir, you kind of know what to include. After you read the different memoirs, then click on this chart, what we notice about memoirs. And this will kind of, when you read this over, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that was in the different memoirs, right? And that's all I really want you to do for writing today. All right. And tomorrow there'll be an actual independent part to this for writing that you will do. All right. If you have any questions, just let me know.